Kia ora, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today in this video I'm going to be focusing on accuracy for the writing CAA with some updates for 2024. So I made this writing CAA accuracy proofreading checklist, which I suggest you practice using it when you're preparing for the assessment. Keep it in your mind all day when you're at school and try and apply it to everything that you're writing. And then in the assessment, you'll be used to using it and you will have the skills to proofread your work in the CAA. Because remember, this is an assessment to check that you can write. Functional writing, okay? So you can write in a way that makes sense, you can fulfill what they ask you to do, and people can understand what you're reading, okay? Doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to meet a standard of accuracy, okay? I've been an examiner for the CAA, so everything on this checklist, it really is what you need to be focusing on. Okay, so have I used capital letters at the starts of sentences and for names? Just check them all. Check the start of every single sentence and names. Remember, it's proper nouns, the name of your school, the name of your sports team, all of that kind of thing needs to be capitalized. And if you're practicing and you're not sure, speak to a teacher or do some learning about where you need to use capital letters. So fill that gap in your knowledge before you go into the CAA assessment. Have I read my work aloud to check that it makes sense? Okay, in exam conditions, obviously you're not going to read it aloud. At home, or if you're in the classroom and you can read aloud, do it out loud, okay? In the assessment, read it under your breath to yourself. What we normally find is that when people read it out, even if it's just in their head, they can hear where there's something wrong. And the one that this one will particularly help you with is missing words, which we are seeing a lot of from a lot of students. Okay, so just words missing from the middle of sentences. It clearly doesn't make sense. And if that student had read it aloud to themselves, they may well have been able to work out which words they were missing. The next one, does every sentence end with a full stop? Now I've put a little asterisk here because looking at the work of students who I've been supporting in my school, what I'm noticing is that sometimes there's no full stops for a very long time, okay? It's called a run-on sentence. Don't worry about that, but what I suggest to you is if this is something you struggle with, if you look at your work and you've got multiple lines without a full stop, it's pretty likely that you've missed one, okay? Stick to shorter, more simple sentences if this is some accuracy is something you struggle with, okay? Remember, you're not trying to get excellence here. You are just trying to pass, okay? So simple and accurate is better. If your sentences are really long, read them to yourself and try and work out where to break them up by using full stops. And note, it may not be as simple as just plonking in a few full stops. You may need to actually rewrite that. And that's the really cool thing about typing, right? Is you can change it and delete it and change it without having to do crossing out all over your work. So keep it simple, keep it accurate. This one, question marks for questions. It's less common, but if you have used a question, just check that you've used a question mark. And the final one is spelling. Obviously, lots of students are dyslexic and that is fine. If you are, or you really struggle with spelling, the main thing I would say to you is try your best and just make sure that you try and use the spell checker which is available. And if you can't find that, try and get some support with how to find that from someone who's helping you with the assessment. So that is my advice for you. I wish you all the best and please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you. Bye.